Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. I am, of course, not David Pakman. David is traveling to Las Vegas to the Ring of Fire conference. I was supposed to be there, Pat, but life happens. Matter of fact, my flight is supposed to leave this afternoon, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get on that flight because of family things. And, you know, that's what happens when you have kids. You just have to, go with the flow. But David has asked me to sit in. Thank you, David, for having me. Pat, thanks for hosting me. Let's get to the news. Quid pro quo. The FBI released documents connected with their investigation of Hillary Clinton. And in that trove of documents were included a document that indicated that the State Department tried to essentially get something for something, to give up seats, give up overseas positions for their FBI agents, in exchange for the declassification of a particular Clinton email. And so this is actually a mixed story. And it's actually a story of two different accounts. So the first account is what I just described, and I'll read for you exactly the statement that came from a unnamed FBI agent who said that Patrick Kennedy, who is a senior officer in the State Department, offered the FBI additional overseas positions in exchange for this declassification. And so the document actually stated this, and the name is redacted, so allow me to read it as is written. Redacted indicated that he had been contacted by Patrick Kennedy, Undersecretary of State, who had asked his assistance in altering the email's classification in exchange for a quid pro quo. Redacted advised that in exchange for marking the email unclassified, the Department of State would reciprocate by allowing the FBI to place more agents in countries where they were presently forbidding. Finally, at a subsequent meeting, the State Department regarding the classification review of Clinton's materials, where Kennedy was presided, someone asked whether any of the emails in question were classified. All right, so that's a little bit of background. That's the first account. This is the account that everyone has sunk their teeth into because it literally uses the words quid pro quo. It literally suggests that the State Department came in to ask for a favor for Hillary Clinton in exchange for a favor, which is completely illegal, completely unethical. This is the account, a second, probably third-hand account of an agent who overheard something, but this is what everyone has sunk their teeth into. Even Donald Trump. I have a video of Donald Trump where he's making this out to be something that is huge. Let's listen into that video.
This is very big, and frankly, it's unbelievable. What was just found out is that the Department of Justice, the State Department, and the FBI colluded, got together to make Hillary Clinton look less guilty and look a lot better than she looks. This is one of the big breaking stories of our time, in my opinion. This shows corruption at the highest level, and we can't let it happen as American citizens. So let's see how the press covers it. The press likes not to cover it because the best thing that Hillary Clinton has going is the media. Without the media, she wouldn't even be in this race.
All right, that's enough.
That's
enough of that. All right, he's going into his media diatribe. Everything is the media's fault. Never mind the fact that he benefited tremendously from the media, but I digress. The point is, he's trying to sell this as the biggest news in this election cycle, and the media is going to disregard it. He's already sandbagging the situation. Here's the problem. There's an additional document that was included in the same trove of documents that were released that gave a second account of this same incident, Pat, where it actually says that it was not the State Department who offered the FBI additional positions. It was actually the FBI who came to the State Department saying, if you do this for us, we'll consider declassifying, or we will at least look at the email for declassification. So it's an issue of somebody offered somebody something. And I hate to be that vague, but story one says that it was the State Department, meaning that it was somebody for Hillary Clinton, somebody who wanted to look out for Hillary Clinton, offering the FBI something in exchange for the declassification. Account number two says that it was actually the FBI who proactively went to the State Department and said, well, if you look at these positions that we need, we'll consider the declassification. Either way it goes, it has the appearance of quid pro quo, and it has made a lot of people very upset. And it's consistent with this idea that Hillary email, FBI investigation, cover up bad. You know, it's a mess, and it's no matter what the truth is in this case, it doesn't bode well for Hillary Clinton. What do you think?
It could absolutely be concerning. There's just no evidence right now of a quid pro quo because those slots that were offered to the FBI, I mean, there's no reason to believe that it was an exchange for anything in particular. And of course, Trump has to try to play up this story as the biggest breaking news of our time. Really, because he's still recovering from what happened to him about a week ago. That a story that was much easier for people to wrap their head around, and a lot more people could relate to.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the reality, right? So simplicity is very important in a media narrative. But the fact of the matter is, we have two different accounts, and it really depends on what side of the equation you fall on which account you want to believe. And there are a lot of people who have gravitated to this is clear evidence that the State Department participated in a quid pro quo, offering the FBI something in exchange. But it's not clear evidence of that. If anything, it boils down to a he said, she said kind of scenario that is very, very murky, and that really, truthfully, the FBI, if there was something there, one would think. Right. One would think the FBI would have dug into that and filed charges based on that. But you go down one level lower and people say, well, that's why the FBI can't be trusted because they're in the tank for Hillary Clinton. My question for you, Pat, is who's not under control of the power and the force of Hillary Clinton in this election? Because it seems like the FBI, the Attorney General, the media, everybody's underneath the influence of Hillary Clinton.
It's all just one giant conspiracy to get her elected, I guess.
You know, I will say this. I do believe that the media is trying to make a penance for their foolishness during the primaries, giving Donald Trump all of this free media, all this free press. So now it does feel like they are in the tank for Hillary Clinton. But if there's ever anyone to be opposed, surely it's Donald Trump.
Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I personally wear Warby Parker glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses. And I also started with one of these free at-home try-ons of 5 pairs of glasses. You can get your free home try-on and support the David Pakman Show at warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS. I don't really like going into glasses stores and trying on glasses while the salesperson sort of hovers over me. And I like more than 30 seconds to actually figure out whether I like the glasses. So with the Warby Parker home try-on, I was able to pick 5 pairs that I liked, put them on in the comfort of my own home, pick the one I like the most, and then Warby Parker put my prescription lenses in there for me. A lot of people don't know that the eyeglass industry is controlled by just a few big corporations that keep prices very high, like $300 for prescription glasses high, which is just insane. Warby Parker glasses start at $95. That's what mine cost. And for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You can try 5 pairs and see what you like. Check out the at-home trial and support our show by going to warbyparker.com/TDPS. It costs nothing.